Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Chill. What's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? You already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Tuesday banger. That's a rock, y'all. It's time for the Tuesday banger. It's time for the Tuesday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, though, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. I'm not asking for a lot. I want y'all to save your own life. That's what you have to do out here, man. Like, if I knew some of the things that I be telling people before I got locked up back in the day, then I would have saved my own life, man. Like, sometimes you got to save your own life. It can't be me. It can't be your family. It can't be your girl. It can't be somebody that really care about your well-being. You have to save your own life, man. When I say that, man, I mean you must eliminate yourself from all the bad things that you're doing, man. You got to stop putting yourself in situations where you know you're going to get locked up and go to prison or worse. You got to stop doing all the things that you know that will take you away from your family, man. It don't make sense to be taken away from your family, but the stuff that you're doing out here, man, majority of the time, man, you're going to get taken away from your family, man. So I'm telling you right now, man, just stay out the way. Turn your life around. It's a better life when you're not getting in trouble. Everybody already know what trouble leads you to, man. You done seen plenty of generations in your family and people from your neighborhood go to prison, man. They come home, they older, they smarter. They not trying to go back to the same place. They just left. And the ones that are trying to get right back to the same place they left, something is wrong with them mentally. People that come right home after doing a big number and jump right back into the streets to go back to the place that they just left for years, something is really wrong with them mentally, man. So, like, you see the examples out here for yourself, man. So just turn your life around and stay out the way, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Tuesday banger, so what y'all do this. Like, let's get it. Let's go. It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Would Score for Everybody. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are aware, people. We in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, like, you got people in there, man, that take on the responsibility of helping other people get right in there. When I say that, man, like, you know, back in these days in this story, what I'm talking about, it wasn't green dot. It wasn't a lot of people with the jacks. It wasn't none of that going on, man. Like, you really had to trust people to hustle. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's just what you have to do if you want to make some money, man. Like, majority of the time you're going to get paid, and there's going to be sometimes going to be some BS. But getting that money in there was worth taking that risk, man. That's what a lot of people did. But you do have people in there that are really just take the responsibility of helping other people get right in there, man. And like, you know, you can put your name on it, man, but you're going to be the one responsible at the end of the day. So it's not a good thing to do all the time, y'all. So with that being said, though, we on Sussex 2 for this, y'all. We on Sussex 2. And I can remember being in 3D for this one, man. This is around the time when I'm in 3D. And this is like the middle part of 3D, where I'm actually doing good, man. Like, I got a great situation. You know, I got a little money coming through. I'm dealing with a dude that's in one building, and all I got to do is just send him money, and he going to make it happen for me and do little things like that. It was like a good play. It was like I wasn't risking anything, man. All I had to do was just get the money together, man. So what I would do is, man, the dudes that I dealt with, I would let them, we would take turns. Like, if me and my celly was going to rock and put some money in and get in with the dude and get the pack, then the next time I would let my homeboys do it, man. So, like, I wasn't greedy with the play. I would make sure everybody would get a chance to eat, man. And that's what we used to do. So in 3D, we was the guys. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, you know, we was in there getting to the money, man. We had plenty of food. We had plenty tobacco products, Black and Mild, Newports, We had everything you could think of, man. Like my homeboy ran the store box. Like we was in there loaded. We was in there loaded, man. I'm in that joint eating wherever I want to every day. And that's because I'm getting a good amount of la. And when I get it, of course I'm doing the breakdown and I'm doing the money. So it's like I'm living in there, man. Like this was a good time when I was feeling good, man. So I can remember the time me and my roommate had finally, like, you know, this was another time that we had got in and made the play with the dude down in one building. It was like this time around, like he told me that, you know, like it won't no la coming through. So this was a time like we already had our money. So it's like, you know, he was like, ain't no la coming through. So what y'all want to do? Like we had the option to be like, yo, send the money back. We was like, yo, what's coming through? Ain't nothing coming through. He was like, yeah, something coming through, but it ain't what y'all like. So we like, man, what's coming through, man? He was like, yo, the hottest chicken coming through. You know what I mean? He was like, some D-block coming through. He was like, those right there, I know y'all don't mess with those. I'm like, I mean, I don't mess with it like, bro, but I'll sell it. Like, what you mean? So he like, oh, you trying to get it? I'm like, bro, listen, I'm just trying to get compensated what I pay you, bro. Like, you already know the la would have been a good thing. But I was like, bro, like, make sure you play fair. Like, you don't send us no peon stuff down here. Like, you know what I mean? You got to send something decent. And that's what he did, man. Like, when it was time for that pat to land, I ain't even gonna lie, man. The gym worker called me downstairs, man. I went downstairs and I went and got it from the dude, man. Like, you know, being in 3 building, being in 3D, you already know we the only population part. I can kind of move however I want to. I can say, yo, let me out. I got to go downstairs and clean up and just meet somebody at the front door that's coming back from rec or coming back from child and 4 building. It'd be a lot of times where I would just sneak out like I just told y'all and go downstairs and catch a bunch of pods coming from child because, you know, they take the long way back. Like, just say if 2 building going to child or 1 building going to child, their long way will be coming our way to go back to their building. They went and walked towards our building going to child, and they way back, they'll come towards our building. And then 4 building, y'all already know we can catch them. That's simple. So like, I would run that play a lot, man. So like, I went down there and I grabbed the envelope that the dude sent. Now I didn't even look at the envelope until I got upstairs. I put it straight in my pocket and I went upstairs. So when I got back upstairs and I got in the cell, that's when I went in there. My roommate came in. I told him to put the cut up because I told him to jump this guy here. You know what I mean? So I went in the jump, opened the envelope up. I looked, the 8 ball of hardest chicken. And it was a pool shot of D-block. Now, he did that because me and my roommate had sent him $250. So altogether, he had $500. Usually, he'll send me about 2 zips. Me and my roommate will split a zip a piece. You know what I mean? Make our little money. That's not a lot of work in penitentiary. Like, you know, it was just a decent play that we can do. But like, you know, having him send us a pool shot of the hottest chicken and a pool shot of the D-block, man, like, you know, we really couldn't complain because we already knew it was a lot of plays in here for that. Like, we already knew the dudes that used to buy the la, but we used to watch them buy the D-block and other things like that from the Richmond dudes and whoever else. Like, you know what I mean? I used to have friends that used to get other stuff, man. But like now, just to see that we have it now, man, like I ain't even gonna lie, man. It's time for us to start getting some big money. Like this was a point in the hustle that when I had, man, that I knew like, yo, listen, this ain't the la. You ain't gonna be able to keep this. You ain't gonna be able to bama this. You ain't gonna be able to act like you can be petty. You ain't selling no more. No. This is all profit right here. This is all money. You paid for it. Now you got it. What you gonna do? I looked at my roommate. My roommate was like, man, look, we just split the pool shot and we split B-block. I'm like, bet. So we split, you know what I mean? 1 and 1. I got a half a pool shot of the hottest chicken and a half a pool shot of D-block, and my roommate got the same thing. So we was good. Like, we was good, man. We was like, all right, we gonna look out for our homeboys, you know what I mean? Put something up for them. Made sure we get them straight. Cause you know, like a D-block, a pool shot of D-block, like that's a decent amount of D-block. You know, I know dudes that be getting Vicks and 7 grams and that'd be a lot, but the pool shot was a decent amount. So like, as I started bagging up, I seen what I was having. Like, you know, like the eggs go for $10, $15, $20 or something like that. I can't remember, but you got the $50 pieces. You got different pieces that you make when it comes to the hottest chicken and the D-block. So I just was looking at my profit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna see over 1,000. This is way more than I would have seen if I had the la, y'all. So boom, that'd be the difference in selling that and selling the la. Like it's a major difference. Like it goes for the high in penitentiary. For some reason, 50 something that looks like a freaking nickel that you would sell to a fiend on the street. If it's, I don't even think I ever seen a nick of the hottest chicken, but something that looks like a nick of the hottest chicken goes for $50 in penitentiary. Like, I mean, you know, they make it work because they're not getting it. So when they get it, it's a great pleasure. Once they find out it's good, especially, they be down on it. So like, we had to keep our composure because we didn't want to let everybody know that we had this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we told our homeboys that the ball was about to land, but we definitely told them that it wasn't no la about to land. Now, with that being said, this is on a Saturday when we got this pack. Dude from the R already had went over to the VI and they said he had some la. Now, I don't think he had as much as what we be having, but they had said he had some la. So I was already like planning, I'm gonna go spend some money with bro because I already know bro wants some blacks or something like that. And I had a lot of that stuff. So we weren't even tripping on not having no la. So when we come out, like we trying to move and just see what's going on with the la. We trying to see what's going on with the la. So like it's everybody already know kind of like on that weekend, like, you know, I'm gonna probably have that work because that'll be the days when I would get it. I would either get it on Saturday or Sunday. Now, everybody in the block was friendly around this time. Everybody was super friendly. Everybody was getting along, you know what I mean? But they had a group of white dudes used to be in there too, you know what I mean? Like when they had first made us move to 3D from 4D, they wasn't in our block. But once they started moving people and doing all that stuff, the white dudes ended up coming to our block. It was other white dudes in the block too, but these particular dudes came to the block. Now, this one particular white dude, man, we're gonna call him Johnny, man. White boy Johnny, man. But white boy Johnny was one of those white dudes that, you know, his hand be in everything slightly. When I say that, like, you know, like he gambles, he plays the parlay, he puts money into the parlay. He wants the la, he wants the D block, he wants the Hardy's chicken. Like he's one of them dudes that don't look bad that he do all those things, man. He didn't look like somebody that do all those things that I just named, but he did. So like, you know, he would when the back would land, he would be one of the ones that would kind of push. And you know, he had that right because he's definitely spending some money. But it goes back to what I said in the beginning. When he would spend the money, he would spend money like on the arm. I would have to give it to him on the arm because that used to be the only way to sell. Of course, he's going to do the Western Union game. You know what I mean? Of course, he's going to take care of the business, but it usually takes a few days or maybe the end of the week or something like that. But that's just something I had to live with when you get into that money in there, y'all. I be telling y'all. So boom. Now, Johnny ain't care. Johnny ain't care. Johnny used to keep it a band with me. When he come holler at me, he'll keep it 1,000. But this time around will be a different time of him coming to holler at me. Usually when Johnny will come holler at me, Johnny will come holler at me and be like, yo, look, what's up, man? I'm trying to spend $400. Or I'm trying to spend $100. Or he might be like, I'm trying to spend $200. Now, he had 3 other friends. He had a roommate that we gonna call him Dave. Now, Johnny was a slim dude, kind of little tall white dude, kind of slim white dude, got the little low cut white dude, you know what I mean? Dave was the kind of bigger white dude, which was his roommate, that bald head. He had a bald head, kind of big white dude. And they had 2 other friends that was roommates that they used to rock with, 2 other white dudes, man. Like, and I ain't gonna say their names either, but they were roommates as well. But it was 4 of them all together, but it was 4 of them all together. You know what I mean? But Johnny was like the ringleader because it was like when Johnny comes to spend money, Johnny come like that, like, yo, what's up? I got $200. So that means if he got about $200, that means each one of them probably spending 50. You know what I mean? That's what that is. So like Johnny would come like that. Johnny would pull up, yeah, what's up? Hey, what's up, Weezy? Trying to spend, man. What you got? Like, what's up? What you trying to do? Me and him will always work out a good deal. He might be like, yo, I got $50 in food. What you do for me, Weezy? Like, man, I'm gonna bless you. What's up? Bring that. Like, me and him always dealt business. Me and Johnny always dealt business, man. Like, I knew Dave. Me and Dave was kind of cool, but we never really talked as much like that because Dave used to do the hard stuff. Like, you know what I mean? He would do the D block and the Hardy's chicken. So me and him didn't talk as much, but, you know, I knew he was Johnny's roommate, you know what I mean? But he knew the count and everything too. So, like, this time around, it was going to be different because now we got the base, you know what I mean? And we got the D block. So, like I say, we won't try to, like, let everybody know that this is what it is. We taking our time. First mission first, I went to go holler at the Richmond dude. So I pull up on the Richmond dude. You know what I mean? Cool Richmond dude, a little short dude, had the goals in his mouth, don't cool. Used to go to VI a couple times a month, grab a pack. Richmond people train to go. They bringing their people to pack. That's just how I go. They always going to the VI. And Sussex wasn't easy to get the pack back, by the way, but they coming back with the talk. So bro come back, you know what I mean? So I go holler at bro, holler at him, pull him to the side. He was over there with his Richmond homeboys. I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? What I gotta do some of that la, man? What's up? How much I need? He like, saying though, you like, man, you ain't got nothing, man. He was like, for real though, like, I got it. You want to buy it? I ain't got a lot. He was like, but you can buy it. But, you know what I mean? He was like, man, I'm trying to trade some train. That's what the Richmond dudes called the D block train. He was like, yo, I'm trying to trade some train for this lala I got for real. My baby mama ended up bringing me this. I couldn't get in contact with my cousin. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, for real? He like, yeah. So I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? I got some D block, bro. He was like, what? You got some? I was like, yeah. He was like, what's up, there, Charlotte? What you want? I was like, what you trying to do, bro? I was like, how much lala you got? He was like, man, I got about almost about an eighth left now. I ain't gonna lie, I done looked out for a couple of my own team. I'm like, all right, look, this is what I'm gonna do then. I was like, you got about an eighth? I said, I'm gonna give you a gram. Give me the rest of that. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah, bro, like, I'm gonna give you the rest of that. Now, I'm cutting into my profits with that deal that I gave him just now, but I really want the lala. And I like the D block. That hassle it's a different hassle. I was hoping I can get rid of this in the pod. The Hardy's chicken is definitely what I'm gonna be trying to make my money off, but I want to make money off both. But right now, man, I'm trading a gram for the lala, y'all. I gotta have it, man. So boom. Real talk. So like, that's what I did. When I told bro that deal, bro went to the cell immediately and got me straight. So when he come back down, I seen Johnny go say something to him. You know what I mean? I ain't paying no attention. I'm going back to my cell. So I seen him talking to Johnny. I wasn't thinking nothing of it, you know what I mean? But as soon as he finished hollering at Johnny, like Johnny pulled up on me. So when I know bro ain't do it. Bro ain't from the ain't gonna just throw me under the bus like that, you know what I mean? But Johnny pull up, he like, what's up, Weezy? I'm like, what's up? He like, what you got, Weezy? No, you got something, Weezy. I'm like, what? Why you say that? He like, stop. I was like, man, come here, come upstairs. So he came up the steps. Get up the steps. He come stand by me on the top tier by myself. He like, I mean, like, what's up, man? What I need? What I gotta do? What you got? I'm like, man, what makes you think I got something, man? He was like, because, man, you just finished hollering at the dude from Richmond, and now he don't have no more la-la. I was trying to get a stick for later on, but now he say he ain't got nothing. So that means you bought it all. But if you bought it all, why he keep playing with his nose? He looking like he's super stoned right now, man. I'm like, you watched all of that, huh? He was like, yeah, he looked like he messing with the train. That's what it looked like. He messing with, you got some train? I'm like, man. I leaned on the bars. I was like, I got some of that and some Hardy's chicken. He was like, and some Hardy's chicken? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'll be back. And man, shot down the steps immediately. He got them steps fast. I looked up. He went on the other side, and this little crew was sitting on the steps. He went over there and started hollering at him, like, you know what I mean? So I'm chilling. I still ain't let nobody know I got it. My roommate still ain't let nobody know we got it. So he came back. He was like, hey, look, man, that's what I'm gonna do. I was like, what? He was like, look, you already know how we do anyway, man. He was like, you know, I'm gonna score for everybody. I was like, I mean, yeah, I trust you. I mean, as long as you're responsible, right? He was like, yeah. You know, I'm gonna be responsible for it, Weezy. I'm gonna make sure everything's good. Everything's gonna always be good with me and you. We're gonna always keep everything good. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, though. But what's up? What you trying to spend? He was like, man, now that I had alerted the guys that you have both, he was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to spend 400. Everybody gonna spend 100. He was like, I'm gonna get 100 at the D block. He was like, Big Dave is gonna get 100 at the Hardy's chicken. The guys and the other, he was talking about the other white dudes. He was like, and they're gonna get 1 and 1 too. So we're just gonna have a decent amount, man. So we're both just gonna spend 100. And he's like, we're all just gonna spend 100. I said, so all together, you spending 400, right? He was like, I mean, yeah, it's us, but you know, yeah, it's on me. Everything's on me. Yeah, everything's on me. I'm like, all right. So look, I'm gonna be back though. I said, look, right before we go to trial, just be standing downstairs. I'm gonna get you right. He was like, what you gonna do for me for 400? I was like, bro, I'm gonna give you 400. I'm gonna give you 100 D block. I said, I'm gonna give you 200 worth of D block, and I'm gonna give you 200 worth of the hottest chicken, bro. He was like, you can't throw an extra 100. I was like, man, no, I don't have it like that. To be honest with you, man. Take it or leave it. What you gonna do? He was like, I'll take it, Weezy. I said, I know you will. So boom. Went and said, put the cut up. And got right in that joint, you know what I mean? Got right in that joint. Getting shit together. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and make the play. I was like, cause for real, my roommate, I know he went in on the joint, but I'm just gonna get it back from him. I'm gonna go ahead and make the play though, and he just give me back. You know what I mean? So I went on and separated, boom, got the joint right, everything straight, paper. Putting the D block in the news in it. I'm putting the D block inside the magazine paper because that wax paper is good to put that D block in, like it don't really stale up. You can't put it in it. You can't put it in a commissary paper like you do in the Lala. You got to put that D block in wax paper, like it stays fresh like that. Don't get me the lie. That's how I was taught. They put it in the magazine paper game. You know what I mean? Because it looks waxy. So I got putting that in there. I was like, yeah, let's see right here. So lady said, stand by for child. So I come to the door. I said, yo, get me out. My roommate see me. He was like, yo, come here. So he came up the steps, got the door. Lady opened all the doors, by the way. So he came up the stairs as the lady was opening all the doors. So he came in the room. I was like, yo, look. I said, yo, Johnny and them trying to spend 400, bro, on some D block and some hottest chicken, bro. They all getting 1 and 1. So I was like, look, bro, I already got it right here. I'm gonna make the play. You just gotta give me $100 D block and $100 hottest chicken. You trying to get 200? He was like, yeah, I'm trying to get 200. He said, when you gonna have it? I was like, I ain't asking that yet. I said, but Johnny usually have it middle of the week, end of the week. He gonna take care of business. So he like, all right. That's a lot. So I was like, man, I'm about to holler at Johnny now. So as me and bro was about to come out the cell, I looked. Johnny was coming up the steps like this. As me and bro was about to come up the cell, because we sleeping in 28, like the staircase is not far from our cell. As we coming out the cell, I looked up, I seen Johnny coming up the steps like. He saw me, he was like, I was like, what's up? He was like, can I talk to you in here? I was like, yeah, what's up, man? What's good? He was like, look. Got that for me? He was like, can you put the cut up real fast? I was like, put the cut up real fast. He was like, yeah, I need you to put the cut up. I was like, for what? We about to go to child. He was like, just jam your door up, man. Just put the cut up. He said, trust me, man. You ain't want to do it. I was like, man, what are you doing? So I told my roommate, I was like, shh. I didn't know what he was talking about, to be honest with you, man. I said, hold us down, bro. So my roommate was like, all right. So I closed the door, boom. He was like, throw the cut up. So I went to the door, threw the cut up on the door. Like, what's up, man? He was like, you got it? I was like, yeah. He was like, give it to me. I was like, all right. I said, yo, look, when you gonna have this though? Before I put it in his hand, I almost put it in his hand. I was like, yo, when you gonna have this though? He was like, oh, it'll be maybe Wednesday or maybe Friday. No later than Friday. Definitely no later than Friday. Everybody will get straight. I was like, wow, here, go again, Johnny. It's the Hardee's chicken. I was like, yeah. He was like, it's a nice 100 right here, man. He looked at the other one. He was like, yeah, that's nice right there too, man. He was like, where's the food at? I was like, right there. That's the D block right there. He was like, he grabbed it. He said, that's nice right there too, dude. Put that back there. He was like, yeah, that's a good one right there too, man. He grabbed his pinky. He was like, yeah, it's a good one right there, dude. He was like, yeah, man. So look, I said, well, why you need to cut up to do all of this, man? I said, you could have done this shit in your cell, Johnny. What the hell you got going on, man? I'm about to go to child and meet people. He was like, no, look, hold on. He got the Hardee's chicken. He went back to the Hardee's chicken paper. He was like, man, freak, man. He was like, you got a razor? I was like, of course I got a razor. He was like, get it. I was like, went under my mattress. I was like, grab a razor, hand him the razor. He was like, psh. That piece popped. He said, psh. He put that down. He was like, psh, psh. I was like, yo, what are you doing, man? He was like, what do you mean what I'm doing? I said, oh, you pinching them niggas, man? He was like, man, listen, man. My name's gonna be on everything, man. I have to get mines, man. I said, so you be doing that when I give you the la too? He was like, fuck yeah. Damn right, man. What the fuck? Like, they need me to do this shit, man. So yeah, gonna fucking do it, man. I was like, man, Big Dave gonna get your ass. You pinching this motherfucking Hardee's chicken like that, man. He was like, man, fuck that shit, man. If my name gotta get put on this shit, those motherfuckers gotta pay. I was like, damn, that's fucked up, man. So they said, exit out for child. Like, come on, man. He was like, my roommate was like, yo, y'all ready? I was like, yeah. I put the cut down. He was like, I was like, man, go ahead, man. I looked, he was going down the steps like this. I came out, I was like, I looked. I just seen Big Dave and them standing by the steps like this. Big Dave was watching his every move, y'all. So boom. Now, I never expected Big Dave to be acting like he mad about it because Big Dave is the one that be making him do the plays. You know what I mean? Big Dave is roommate. So I'm like, man, Big Dave, like he probably don't have an idea what's going on. He probably think he came in there to scope. You know what I mean? But the whole time, the man was in there pinching their brains out, man. That's what he was in there doing. The man was in there pinching their brains out. He won't toy it around. He was in there pinching their brains out, man. So we went to child. So when we come back from child, them dudes come straight in the cell, put the cut up. The two white dudes that's roommates, they went inside Johnny and Big Dave's cell. They went inside Johnny and the white boy Dave's cell, man, and they was up in that joint chilling. Now Johnny and them slept in cell 13, which was like, it wasn't really on blast, but it's by the showers. It's like right there, but if you got your cut up, can't nobody see you. But they was in that joint for a minute getting funky. They was in that joint getting funky for a minute, man. It's my word. So, like, you know, once you make the transaction, like, it's out of your hands. It ain't nothing you can really do. Like, you just wait for the bread. It ain't nothing you can do. I promise y'all, man. So now it's getting out there. Like, yo, Weezy and them got this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. So now dudes pulling up on us. So you got some eggs? I'm like, yeah, I got the eggs too. You got some commissary? Yeah. So I'm making the plays. You got dudes from 4 building that's trying to get to me and my roommate making the plays. Everything going smooth. We slanging and banging. Y'all already know the count. So I'm standing by the front door. Thinking how I'm gonna get out. The lady that's working, she don't let me move around like I be wanting to. I have the narcotics. I don't work until the nighttime. I had a job, but I don't work really until the nighttime unless it's a sweet shift working. You know what I mean? Then I'll be able to move around. So I'm just trying to be greedy and like, I'm trying to go back to the hole and let them dudes know that I got this Hardee's chicken and this D block. Cause I'm like, they definitely will buy it. So I'm just trying to get out. I'm standing by the door. And I'm just like, man, I see the lady. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. So I'm just up there like, man, like I'm just trying to talk to her to be nice. And she kicking it, but like still, I know she ain't gonna let me go nowhere. So as I'm standing there, I turn around as I felt somebody watching me, kind of like somebody was watching me. So I turn around and I seen Big Dave right there. Big Dave was right there. He was He was right there. I seen Big Day. He was like, his voice was stupid. He was like, those are some small pieces that we bought today, man. I was like, what? He was like, what you gave my roommate, man? Those some small pieces, man. I was like, some small pieces? He was like, yeah, they were pretty small. I was like, you high? He was like, of course I'm high. I said, yeah, I can see that you high. I said, but look though, what you want me to do? Be in penitentiary, man. He was like, nah. Were they really small? Or was my roommate stealing from me?
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open